Having grown up in the 90s, modern video games scare me. So when a new 2D Mario game comes out, I feel right at home and in my safe space. Super Mario Wonder released and I jumped straight into it, and for the next week, I was hooked. And hey, if you're like me and love this game, why not click that subscribe button? I play games live on YouTube regularly, and you can always change your mind later on. Our journey begins when we have to pay a visit to Prince Florian of the Flower Kingdom, who is quite literally a worm. How he hasn't been overthrown yet, I'm not too sure. Fortunately, Bowser's here to fix that. It appears he's sick of being a turtle, and using the power of the Wonder Seeds, turns himself into a castle. Perhaps he's hoping he'll have more luck finding love as a building, rather than by sealing the princess. It certainly seems to have worked for the Santa Fe train station. Unfortunately, he planned his invasion for the same day we were visiting. Call it a coincidence, or bad planning, but we were going to stop him. So off we went to World 1 to get this castle to hit the bricks. The first level is your pretty standard fare for a Mario game, as we're introduced to the new elephant power-up, and the crazy effects of grabbing a Wonder Flower. There's one of these flowers in every level, each with its own unique properties. Grabbing this flower did make me wonder, between these flowers and the super mushrooms, we're 2 for 2 on psychedelic drug references in Mario games. Perhaps beneath this outwardly child-friendly exterior lies something much more sinister. Little Timmy was such a good boy, it all went downhill after we got him Mario Wonder for Christmas. And it turns out, I didn't even know the half of it, as in the very next level, we were graced with one of the best Wonder events in the game. Let's see what's going on. This is so weird. I don't know. I don't have words. Wonderful. Good for you guys. Yeah, if you told Little Pixel, happily playing Super Mario World as a kid, that one day piranha plants were going to start jumping out of their pipes, singing, I'm pretty sure he would have called you crazy, then have been immediately grounded for being rude to an adult. We went through the rest of World 1, collecting Wonder Seeds and experiencing all sorts of crazy Wonder events, and eventually, we were able to reach the Pipe Rock Palace. The Wonder event for this level just made parts of the level fall to the ground, but I feel like rather than wasting a Wonder Flower on that, Bowser could have just achieved the same effect by giving Bowser Jr. a sledgehammer and telling him he couldn't have the castle. It's not like he isn't already in every castle stage in this game anyway. Come on Bowser, work smarter, not harder. After successfully physically assaulting a child, we took back the first of many royal seeds, and used it to weaken the clouds that were protecting Bowser. After that, we tackled a few stages on the Petal Isles, which is more or less the central hub to all the various parts of the Flower Kingdom. After our brief visit to the islands, we took to World 2 and got our first look at Fluff Puff Peaks. We started off by visiting Out of My Way Valley, a stage we had to play twice, both with and without the Wonder Flower in order to get both level exits. Ice stages are normally a bit of a mixed bag, with a lot of people not liking how slippery they make your controls, but the next level was going to make me severely question my definition of the phrase mixed bag, as we entered the first of many search party levels. Where's the last two? Did I miss something over here maybe? No, that's just invisible walls there. I am guessing there are blocks here that can only be seen by other people. Oh, this goes down, okay. Is there one in here maybe that I missed? It feels like it should be like here, right? I don't know where the last one is. And for the next 15 minutes, I would continue to not know where the last one was. In this game, there are certain blocks that are invisible unless you're playing a particular character. The search party levels are designed for multiple players to search together. Unfortunately, I don't have any friends to play with. Fortunately, however, I do have chatters, and after a while, one chatter took pity on me and chimed in with the answer to where the last hidden coin was. This is why I play these games live. We continued to scale the peaks, collecting all the Wonder Seeds we could find along the way. Eventually, we stumbled upon an entrance to the Special World, and not being the sort of person to back down from an honest challenge, I decided to give it a go. After several failed attempts, I took a moment to reflect and I decided I was indeed the sort of person to back down from an honest challenge. But don't worry, we will be back. Going further up the mountain, we took on the KO Arena, became a piece of delicious cake, and encountered an airship before going to the next castle stage. It's easy to forget to move when you're having a long gaming session, so it's a good thing that the Wonderflower for this stage reminded us to have a stretch. Speaking of which, you've been sat watching this video for a little over 5 minutes. Have you remembered to stretch recently? If not, do it now. I'll wait. All done? Good. With the castle behind us, we left Fluff Puff Peaks and returned to the Petal Isles where we used another royal seed to royally ruin Bowser's day. For what it's worth, Bowser, I'm not too sure about the structural integrity of a castle's foundations being made of air. You may have bigger things to worry about. Either way, after a quick stroll through the islands, we were on our way to World 3. Shortly upon arriving at the Shining Falls, we were greeted by Master Poplin. He advised us if we wanted his royal seed he was keeping, we would have to beat his trials and prove our worth. Prince Florian rightfully points out that the Master could just give it to us, but after telling his monarch that he can't bend the rules, we begin our trials. Once again, I'm amazed that it's taken Florian this long to have his kingdom overthrown. He really strikes me as a pushover. Perhaps he's hoping that his behaviour would stop the residents of the Flower Kingdom from forming a democracy? These are the sorts of thoughts that kept me sane during the next search party level. That, and the fact that Sports Illustrated of all publications had a very comprehensive guide on this one. I'm not really much of a sports guy, so I find it kind of funny the first time I ever read Sports Illustrated is to look up a Super Mario Wonder guide. After bashing our brains against a brick wall in the search party level, we encountered the next badge challenge. I haven't really mentioned badges up until this point, but they're equipable items that give you special abilities. This particular one was a crouching jump, and as a pleb who loves Super Mario Bros. 2, I was already well aware of how exploitable this thing could be. As a result, I kept it on throughout most of the playthrough. However, the super jump paled in comparison to the Hoppycat Wonder effect, which saw me shooting even higher. Just listen to how excited I was. Whee! That was fun, that was fun, that was really fun. We climbed the rest of the falls and reached the top. Expecting to be greeted by yet another Bowser Jr. fight, we were met instead with a final challenge level, which totally didn't take me 2 tries to get. Either way, not rehashing Bowser Jr. again is a win in my book, so 3 cheers for the Shining Falls for originality. We grabbed our next royal seed, made it eat a cloud, and once again let editing Bixel gloss over the Petal Isle intermission. What? Immersion breaking aside, we were off to the Sunbaked Desert, where the local population pleaded with us to help them get their water back. Not entirely sure how that tracks when you live in a desert and also within walking distance of a literal ocean full of islands, but apparently asking the logical questions is above my pay grade. We were told that the world map for the desert was covered in secrets, so we dutifully searched around for any stages we could find. We first discovered a level with flying enemies called Blooms, followed by an easy wonder seed in the form of a break time level. But the desert giveth and the desert taketh away, as we found yet another search party level. I sincerely hope whoever came up with these search party levels steps on Lego. I know that's not the sort of thing I can take back, but I haven't met anyone who actually likes these levels, so I'm sticking with it. Remember how I said the super jump was broken? Well, I also broke this level with it. That was really easy. And then I did this in the very next stage. Just come on, come on, come on! Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! Clip it! Clip it! Holy shit! We went through the rest of the world, stopping off at a rave, doing our best Indiana Jones impression, and picking up the worst badge in the game. Invisibility. I'd question who this badge was for, but I've seen all you masochists on YouTube playing the game with this nightmarish badge equipped. Gotta chase that content! Eventually we got to the castle and found that Bowser Jr. had turned all the desert's drinking water into his own private swimming pool. Bowser Jr. doesn't strike me as the sort of person to shower very often, and almost certainly is the sort of person to pee in a pool. So I personally was okay with letting him keep it and finding a way to pump water from the Petal Isles into the desert. After all, plumbing's the game for the Mario Brothers. Regardless, we drown a child, get a royal seed, give the desert dwellers their contaminated water back, and do the cloud sucking thing again. With that, we were ready to go on to the next world. Oh hey Kamek, you here to fuck with us already? We've just started. Oh boy, there's a level here, I didn't see that coming. It's an airship, who'd have thunk it? Wow! Easy. And with that, we were actually ready to go into the next world. The fungi mines may be my favourite world in this game, and I'm not just saying that because of everything that happened in the Light Switch mansion. Oh Jesus Christ! That scared the shit out of me! Oh! This is so cool! Okay, that was cool. Holy shit, that was cool.
Are you scared?
Oh my god, I think this might be my favorite level. I didn't even deliberately pick Luigi for that level, but I'm so glad I was playing as him. We went further into the mines where we took part in the quiz show, celebrated Halloween again, and ascended to a being of pure slime. Actually, we did the latter a few times, but ultimately we managed to get to the bottom of the mines and save the miners which are trapped down there. Oh, right, I don't think I mentioned it, but that's what we're doing here. Unfortunately, you can't have too much of a good thing, and this world felt relatively short compared to some of the others. But hey, it's another world where we don't have to deal with Bowser Jr., and that always gets a stamp of approval from me. Using the Royal Seed, we gave Bowser the suck, and having cleared all the remaining Petal Isle levels before we came to the mines, went straight on to World 6, the Deep Magma Bog. We started off with another search party level. I feel like I've complained about these more than enough times now, so we're just going to skip over this one. It wouldn't take long for things to start heating up though, as in the next level, the Wonder Flower turned us into a spiky little ball of joy. Seriously, just look at how cute Toadette is here. How could you say no to that face wanting to crush you? The Magma Bog had a lot to explore as we went deeper. These were pretty solid levels, although not the most memorable ones. The problem is a lot of the Wonder events we were seeing was stuff that we'd seen before, which makes sense since we're 6 worlds deep. Having said that, we did make friends with this really cool dragon. Just look at him go! We make it to the castle, where we once again ascend to a being of pure slime. I know I literally just got done glossing over repeat wonder effect, but come on. Slime. We make it to Bowser Jr., who uses his wonder powers to grant the platforms in his chamber sentience. I guess without the Koopalings around, the only way Bowser Jr. can get anyone to hang out with him is by bringing them to life using magic. What a sad, lonely existence. If that's not sad enough, he also clones himself. Geez, Bowser Jr., you really need to find some friends. We finish him off and grab the Royal Seed while he goes off to brood alone. We then use the seed to deep throat Bowser's last Piranha Cloud. Yes, I am entirely aware of how unhinged these explanations have been getting as the video goes on. No, I will not apologise. We now had Bowser's World unlocked, but we weren't quite ready to go there yet, as there was a gauntlet of challenge levels waiting for us back in the bog. We started off with the Jet Run challenge. The Jet Run ability lets you run much faster than normal, but once you start running, you can't stop. I did briefly forget the unique jumping mechanics this ability had, but after that, we were able to nail it in a couple more tries. Oh yeah, now I'm on fire. The next challenge was with the invisibility badge. I died on my first attempt, but otherwise, there was really nothing to see here. Yeah, keep booing me in the comments. Your engagement is sustenance to me. The final challenge was the Spring Feet challenge, which had me constantly jumping. This one took me a couple of tries, especially with the jumps at the end which required absolute precision to clear. But we managed to clear it, picked up another entrance to the special world, and at long last, it was Bowser time. Before we could get to Bowser's lair, we first had to go through a number of stages, each with their own interesting wonder effects. We started off by encountering a new enemy type called the Missile Meg. Not only do they have payloads that go on for miles, but they also make rainbows when under the effects of the Wonder Flower. Say what you want about Bowser, but he has great taste when it comes to colour palettes. The next stage took us through an area with low light levels, but high voltage. Fortunately for us though, the Wonder Flower for the stage turned us into Metal Mario. we were able to juice up on the electricity and use ourselves as a light bulb to easily clear this level. The third stage introduced us to Seeker bullets. These guys fly in your direction over and over again, and I won't lie, they tripped me up a couple of times. After we managed to get the Wonder Flower, we were given a blaster of our own to strike back. This one shooting cannonballs instead. But finally, Nintendo had given Mario a gun. This was every 8-year-old's dream come true. There was one more stage before we got to Bowser, and that was Bowser's Blazing Beats. I know fist pumping is common at concerts, but come on, this is ridiculous. But things got even more ridiculous after we grabbed the Wonder Flower. Oh! Bowser really did drop his fucking mixtape, didn't he? Like the fans of the concert? Yeah, they're fist pumping. Yeah! And with that, we'd made it to Bowser's Rage stage. The level opened up with Bowser Jr. in what would be my ultimate showdown with him. At least, it would have been, but he got demolished by a fist. I know I spent the video ripping on him, but even I think that was a little harsh. As we go through what Bowser had dubbed his Epic Wonder event, it seems as though he'd gone full metalhead and was throwing dozens of Wonder events we'd previously seen at us all at once. As a side note, I think Nintendo making Bowser a metalhead may be one of the greatest bits of character development for any Nintendo character ever. I really hope they keep this going in future Mario games. We finally reach Bowser, who looks like he's been juicing on some brick and mortar cocktail. The twist to this fight is that it's rhythm based, but we all know that you can't have a Bowser fight without a big ominous button which must not under any circumstances be pressed. Fortunately, Bowser included one right on his big old head. Call it his nostalgia or poor planning, but either way, we had an Achilles heel. As the fight went on, the stage fragmented into chunks, each keeping their own part of the rhythm. Bowser also gained several more hands, which personally, I don't want to know what he was doing with them. Eventually, we had one more switch to hit, right on top of his head. It was about time to put this castle under siege. That's it! I'm pretty sure that's it! Let's go! Oh, there he goes! Bye, dude! Thanks for being a castle! Architects everywhere love you. Oh. Shit, that's another phase. Okay, no, is it a fake out? Is this a fake out or is there an actual another phase? Okay, that was a fake out. Look how happy Mario is, man. Look how, like, he is just, like, loving life. And with that, Bowser was defeated, the Flower Kingdom was safe, and Florian could go on ruling with his weak-ass monarchy. With that, we were finally ready to close the book on Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Is what I would say if we didn't have the special world left to do. We'd missed a handful of entrances to the special world throughout our playthrough, so before anything else, we took a little time to get those opened up. The first of the special world stages quickly showed me that the levels coming up were not going to be a joke. Bounce 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 required a lot of precision platforming with very little margin for error. Thankfully, leaving these stages till last seemed to be the right call, as it only took me a few tries to get it. One down, but we were nowhere near done. Next up, we tackled Way of the Goomba, a super intense obstacle course that had you play while transformed into a Goomba. This one was tricky, since the Goomba has a fixed movement speed and practically no jump without the aid of a bounce pad. I fell to this one quite a few times. This was a super fun challenge, and it was super satisfying to finally clear. We were finally back at Climb to the Beat, the level that had given us so much trouble earlier on. Fortunately, it looks like my journey through the Flower Kingdom had helped me pick up some skills, as this one only took me a couple of tries to clear. I was feeling confident as we went off to the next one. Turns out, that confidence was not misplaced. The next stage was Triple Threat Deluge, which after admiring the Mario Bros. 1-1 reference, we were able to get on our first try. This one felt really good. Unfortunately, it looked like our luck had dried up with the Sunbaked Desert Challenge, Pole Block Allure. Is what I would have said if I didn't nail this one pretty quickly too. Between you and me, the background music I'm using here in editing isn't very long, and I honestly just needed to add some sort of interruption to break up the track so I could play it from an earlier point without it sounding jarring. Thanks for suspending your immersion for me. Here's a stab at my hubris though. The next stage, Solar Roller, saw me take control of Daisy as a giant spiky wrecking ball. Pretty sure she doesn't need the Wonder Flower to be a ball of destruction, but I digress. I died to this stage over, and over, and over again. Eventually I got through, but by this point my palms were sweating. But we weren't done yet, so I had to shake it off and press on. Next up, we tackled the Dangerous Donut Ride, a stage that perfectly captures my descent into madness. This one also took a few tries, but after finally clearing it, all that was left were the 2 final tests in the game. Here we go. The piranha plants were back with an encore, and this time they weren't taking any prisoners. I was really hoping to splice in some of my reactions here, but honestly, at this point, I was so psyched out that I barely had any reaction to the piranha plants singing a new song. Perhaps by this point I'd become numb to the crazy effects of the Wonder Flower, but either way, this stage was by far the toughest one I'd encountered so far. I'd lost count of how many deaths I had in this one. Here's one here. Oh, here's another one. There's another. And I'll throw in one more for good measure. It was about time I got my game face on, so I grabbed the Wonder Flower one last time, and with intense focus, dodged the piranha plants, the bullet bills, and every single nightmare the stage could throw at me. And finally, after so many failed attempts, I made it to the end. There was only one more stage to go. It was time for the Wonder Gauntlet. As the name implies, this is one big survival gauntlet which revisits dozens of previously seen Wonder effects. It seems that I was fortunate to be playing Daisy in this one, as we discovered there's a hidden block that only she can see with the drill power up. This would prove indispensable to us, but how about we skip straight to my final run when I finally get it. That's fine, I don't need the bubble anymore. Let me get the drill.
Nice work.
That's it! We did it! We got it! Yeah, let's go! And just like that, we had finally beaten Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Florian congratulated us on coming so far, and I was loving life. I really loved this game. They dared to do something new with the 2D Mario formula, and it paid off in a major way. If you haven't already, I would really recommend trying it for yourself and experiencing the wonders that come with it. Hi everyone, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. It was truly a labour of love and I had so much fun making it. I'd love to do more stuff like this, but it obviously requires a lot of work, so I can't promise when that will be. I want to give special thanks to the Skeleben, Wally, Sonic Saber 25 and Eno Chaos, who all took the time to watch certain parts while I was editing and gave feedback. Also thanks to Bonobella, who did the amazing thumbnail artwork you clicked on to watch this video. I'll have links to everyone I mentioned down below. If you enjoy the video, please drop a like and a comment. I'd love some genuine feedback to know what I can improve. And if you really enjoyed, maybe drop a subscription too. Other than that, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys again really soon.